Use this under-the-radar adjustment to get defensive backs, cornerbacks, at your linebacker position so you can get speed on the edge. Coming up next. Hey, this is Full Game Prometheus, the only YouTuber that shows you full games of all the tips and schemes I post on my channel. I'll show you the good, the bad, and the ugly. So guys, you're new to my channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, also that notification icon. So guys, I want to show you a defensive strategy that is going to be phenomenal for you if you've got a team that's missing all the defensive parts that you want, but you want to run a very effective 34 defense. In particular, this is going to be a defensive tip that is very good for people that like to play draft champions and want to have a little bit more balance in their defense, or salary cap where they have to pick and choose where they want to go with. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to actually go ahead and take a defensive back and put him at the linebacker position on the outside, which is very, very uncommon. So this provides you a lot more flexibility with your rosters, and it's going to be able to give you an opportunity to go ahead and build out a better team in draft champions, in salary cap, and also when you play regs too. So we're going to be looking at the defense, which is going to be the 34 even. I would think this is a more popular tip or strategy that most people should know, but it is a tip that I just don't think is really getting exploited, or at least a lot of people aren't talking about it. Now, you can find this in just the general 34 playbook, also the Redskins, the Buccaneers, Steelers, Jets, Giants, Rams, Texans, Packers, Broncos, Bears, Ravens, and Cardinals. So if you are selecting your teams in draft champions, or if you're looking for good books to go and use, I would probably recommend using these type of books, because these are going to give you a better advantage to be able to go ahead and leverage your defensive personnel better. Now we're going to go ahead and take a look at the Packers defense. Now the Packers defense they've got some pretty good players. They've got some really good Madden players in it. They also have okay players. So you can take a look at this guy Savage. He's got really good speed, 93 speed overall. Defensive backs here, another 93 speed, 90 speed, and basically 85 speed for these defensive backs right here. Now if you take a look at the linebackers, this is where this particular team really lacks. You got 82 speed right here. You've got this guy Gary that's 86 speed. A lot of players like to use those fast rushing linebackers to be able to do this. So you've got Martinez at 82 speed, but you've got some of the scrubs that are not there. And then you have Zarius Smith, who's at 81 speed, and then a backup here for 86 speed. But I want to go ahead and put more of a stud player down in the line. I want to go and shuffle my roster around. I want to put my star players in the middle linebacker position to go in and beef up my inside and actually have some pretty good rush off the edge against my opponent, and try to beef up my defensive line a little bit. So basically you've got really terrible players down on the defensive line, and they're really not going to make a huge difference down in the defensive line. So we're going to go ahead and make some adjustments. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and back up this guy with Campbell, and we're going to go ahead and have a backup right there that's going to have a little bit more speed, a little bit more athletic ability, and then we're going to have Amos switch into a different position. So let me show you how this works. Now, in the play call form, obviously you got a lot of people that like to use the 34-odd defense, but there's a defense in the 34 even. If you take your packages and you flip them over, you'll notice that what happens now is that the strong safety drops down at the left of screen linebacker position, linebacker's position. So what's going to happen now is we're going to essentially go have some speed down at the edge that I can use against my opponent. So what we have right now is that we got basically a speed rusher off of both edges against that we can use against our opponent. And you can see right here, he had to get rid of the ball quick in this type of situation, because the pressure was coming off the edge, and I've got one of the fastest strong safeties in the game. So let me go ahead and show you this in instant replay and why this is such an effective adjustment that you need to have in your back pocket. So I've got one of the fastest safeties in the game, which is Amos. one of the fastest safeties in the game. I've got him at a linebacker position, and he's just going to come clean off and just go right after the quarterback and cause pressure. So what makes this great is that you're going to have in your back pocket someone in high 80s, which is just elite running, elite linebacker that you can actually go and have that edge pressure coming off the edge. And the more of the elite defensive backs that you have at the position, the even better, because it's going to basically get a guy out there to go ahead and tackle the quarterback. So if you have a team that's just missing that elite edge rusher, that you want to have some speed to be able to get to the quarterback quick, you can go ahead and use this adjustment out of the the 34 even formation to go ahead and get that edge rusher down there. It really going to help. But here's what even makes it better, is that you can switch in your defensive backs. You can put any corner in that position to go after the quarterback too. So if you want to, you can go ahead and take your fastest defensive back and you can swap him out. You can put in Jay Alexander at your strong safety position and back him up with the actual strong safety, and go ahead and throw him in your lineup too. Now I've got a defensive back, a corner at the linebacker position, going after the quarterback with his 93 speed. So if you got those really fast, studly defensive backs you want to go ahead and throw at the quarterback, whether you're playing salary cap or if you're playing MUT drafts, you can go and put this guy at the linebacker position to go ahead and screw with your opponent's head. And what's cool is you can actually go ahead and switch into those popular defenses, those cover 4 defenses. It's going to give you an extra defensive back out there that's going to be a little bit faster at those cover 4 defenses. And then obviously you can go ahead and jump into run defense too if you got an opponent that does that, by going into those standard run defenses that a lot of people use. So this is a really good feature to have, to go ahead and mess with your opponent's mind, and you still got that edge pressure off the edge. So guys, if you do like this tip, make sure you go ahead and smash that like button. And I'll be rolling out more offensive defensive tips. I'm going to be playing around the 34 even as a defense, primarily because I think it's got really good, it's got some pretty good pressure off of it, and then obviously to be able to bounce into other types of defenses, I think it's really good. So once again, I'm a subscriber. Thank you for your support, and until next time.